Alright, I'm on hole number 6 of the Glenmonarch 9-hole cup. And I cannot wait to get back to hole number 5 again, because I went back and watched the video there and I figured out a few things. So can't wait to get back on that hole. I'm trying the max overpower hook, and I've had some success and I've had a lot in the drink, but I figured out something there that's going to, I think, help me tremendously. Alright. This is another tough hole. This is definitely an extra mile and a big dog hole. And a Titan. And this is one of those holes that you're going to have to do a max overpower drive. And it takes no more than 3 topspin. And 3 topspin's kind of pushing the limit. Just slightly less is probably safer. The key is to get over to the second fairway. The deeper you can get, the better, but getting all the way through it and ending up in the rough is not, you might as well have ended up in the sand here. I want to come up on this side right here because I've got, I'm going to be just shy of 3. I'm going to aim right towards the tip up there and try and get through this narrowest part. Hitting it perfect. Now it's all about the bounces. If I can clear it right there. Like I said, I probably could have eked up towards 3, but no sense in flirting with it. If you're over there, high five. Yee! Now the work is only half done. Now comes the other difficult part. And on this shot right here, there's no more than 2 topspin. This is a very difficult hole to get on into, regardless of how developed your clubs are. It's still a very difficult hole to get on into. And if you've got lower developed clubs, you can go for it because you can still get up there into, but it's a very difficult hole to get up on into. Okay, so we want to put maximum side spin and no more than 2 topspin. Okay, I'm going to come out to this white line right here. You see that red marker right in the middle of my ball guide? I'm going to come out just a little bit from that towards my edge. I've got my ball set up. I'm going to take the wind out. It's about 2 1/4 ring. I'm doing a max overpower hook shot. And the goal is that there's a good chance I could end up in the sand, just rolling out in front of it. So I need to come out just a little bit further than the probably eking towards the second ring, which is that the orange ring. Eking towards maybe half of the orange ring, and on that where that ball guide is, you got to find something out there to do as a marker. So I'm using that ball guide because that's the only thing that's out in that area. There's no other reference point, so I'm using that ball marker. Have a really good shot from right here to get an eagle though. But ideally you want to be on the green right there, and with 2 topspin, that's just enough to get you, pin high. Back and do a max topspin shot with my rapier. Where am I at in my club? Got plenty of club here, so it's questionable whether wind is going to play a factor, but I'm going to assume that it does, and I'm going to hedge my bet. And so what I need to do here is hit this perfect. And I hit it great to the left. So if wind didn't play a factor, that'll go in the cup. Whew! Close. Wind played a little bit of a factor on it, but with a 4 wind, I always think of the cup as about 4 miles per hour, half the cup. So from the flagpole to the edge of the cup is 4 miles an hour, so the whole cup would be 8. And so if wind was playing a factor right there with the 4-1 wind that I had, I set up towards the right hand edge, and so a perfect would have put me right on it. And from that distance, pretty much it would have taken a perfect. So the wind did have some effect, but by putting on all the topspin, that's the thing I like about the Rapers, by putting on all the topspin and moving the ball guide, even though I was that far away, the wind's really only affecting the ball until it hits the ground the first time. And so there was very little wind effect there. Maybe half that wind. But in that setup right there where I had it, if the wind did not play a factor, the only way that that ball would have went in is a great to the left or a perfect. So when you're hedging your bets like that, sometimes you can do that on a hole and you're like, man, I don't know, if you move it over a little, if you hit it perfect or great to the opposite side that you moved it, you have 2 shots. You know, obviously we want to hit perfect, but we don't all hit perfect every time. All right, that was hole number 6. Still working on that hole a little bit, looking for that landing zone out there for the big dog to do that max overpower hook shot. And so I'm dialing that in towards the weekend round, and I will continue to practice it until the weekend round, and hopefully I can get those numbers dialed in. All right, hole number 6, Glenmonarch 9-hole cup. Thanks for watching.